Hi, Chris Colby here, and today I want to talk to you about biohacking and the 4 modern day killers. So biohacking is about taking control of your environment and making certain conscious choices. For example, it is particularly known that excess sugar in our diets causes a lot of inflammation in our bodies. It causes us to feel really stiff, and it also drains us of lots of energy.
No, God!
This in turn, over a prolonged period, causes excess aging within our skin. So biohacking particularly focuses on inflammation and excess inflammation within our bodies and all the damaging effects that come with that. So what is the problem with excess inflammation? So inflammation can cause damage to healthy cell tissue and to organs. So over a long period, what that can do is that can damage DNA, it can actually kill cell tissue and also cause internal scarring. But the visible effects of inflammation are, it really speeds up the aging process. So if you ever looked at some people and think, well, they look 10 years younger than they actually are, or some people, they look 10 years older than they actually are, the chances are it is actually caused by the amount of inflammation they've had over their lives, whether it be underlying conditions or lifestyle choices. But it really is a key factor in aging us, our skin, our eyes, etc. So it's something that's really worth looking into, and something that I've consciously made an effort to change my diet and my environment to lessen the inflammation. And since I've been doing this, I've definitely noticed I ache less, I have much more energy to do things. So I really want to share it with you. So my knowledge on biohacking has actually come from reading a book by a guy called Dave Asprey. Here is our book. It is called Superhuman. I think I have previously mentioned this on one of my other videos, but it really is worth reading. So the key thing with this book is it talks about mitochondria and the effects inflammation has on mitochondria. So for those that don't know, I'm not a medical person. I have no degrees or anything. So it's based purely on what I've learned from that book, and I have researched. But mitochondria essentially is the powerhouse of our cells in our body. So our body is made up of like millions and millions of cells. The powerhouse behind that is our mitochondria. And our mitochondria also fight things like oxidative stress on our cells, which is the key thing for aging, but also oxidative stress on cells is the cause of things such as cancer. So with excess inflammation, what that does is that is actually damaging our mitochondria function. So our mitochondria actually produce something called adenosine triphosphate. I think I've got that right. But what this is what your body uses for fuel. So your cells use this stuff for fuel. And when there's excess inflammation, it does cause your mitochondria to not produce enough of that. So if there's not enough adenosine triphosphate being produced from your mitochondria, what it means is that it's not repairing the oxidative damage on your cells. So making sure that our production from our mitochondria is really essential to basically stop aging and biohack our lives. The other reason why I want to talk about how important it is to really look after your mitochondria health is because the mitochondria dysfunction causes oxidative stress, which leads to 4 modern killers. We all know them. The 4 modern killers are heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and cancer. So the reason why these things are increasing is because our environments in our modern age are changing. We're eating a lot more, for example, goods that have pesticides in them. These pesticides are things that cause inflammation in our bodies. So although we're not massively aware of it, our body is fighting that inflammation. Other things such as the water we drink, a lot of the pipe work in the UK, for example, is still metal. What that's doing is it's slowly releasing small amounts of toxic metals into our water. Again, it doesn't really pose any harm to our bodies, but it does cause inflammation inside our bodies, which the body's trying to fight, and it also then affects your mitochondria. So what I want to do in this series of videos is to discuss ways that I've experimented with to improve my mitochondria health, the sort of any side effects I've felt, how I felt, if I'm feeling better or worse, or if it's just a fad, just to share those with you and to sort of get any opinions or any comments on what you'd like me to try next, because I do intend on taking my biohacking journey much further. Because for me, it's not necessarily about the aging side of things. I'm 31 years old, and I don't think I look too bad actually. But I want to sort of remain looking like this. But the main thing is I want to have lots of energy. I want to be able to get to 9, 10 o'clock at night and not be absolutely just crashed out on the sofa. I want to still have the energy to be able to do things. Please make sure you like, subscribe to the channel so I can keep producing this content. I will aim on getting one of these videos out every single week on biohacking. So make sure you tune in. Many thanks.